Good morning dear students, this is BK Sahu. Welcome to you in my YouTube channel Math Blasting. Very first, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, then please pause the video and subscribe the channel. And also click the bell icon for getting regular updates. So today in this video lecture, we are going to cover a very important topic of class 9 and 10, irrational number. And in this topic, we are going to prove numbers like root 2, root 3, root 5 are irrational. So there is two topics. First is irrational number and second prove that root 2, root 3, root 5 and such like numbers are irrational. So prove that these numbers are irrational. So very first, what is irrational number? And for knowing irrational number, we should know rational number, and which you have studied from class 6. So the definition of rational number, a number which can be written as p by q, where q is not equal to 0, is called rational number. So a number which can be written as p by q, where q is not equal to 0. I already made a video on a rational number and a number system, where we have discussed natural number, integers, whole number and different kind of numbers. So if you don't have a basic concept of this kind of number, then you can watch that video. Link of that video is given in your description, so you can check and watch. So number which can be written as p by q is called rational number, which you already know. Now what is a irrational number? A number which cannot be written as p by q is called irrational number. So in simple way we can say that a number which cannot be written, a number which can be written is called rational. So just opposite of this, which cannot be written as p by q is called irrational. So which cannot be written as p by q is irrational. But this definition is not enough for knowing about irrational number. So how can you find which number can be written as p by q or which cannot? So there is one more definition which can help you for finding which number is rational or irrational. So there is another definition for irrational number is non-terminating. Non-repeating decimal. Non-terminating, non-repeating decimals are called irrational number. So very first, what is terminating? Terminating means suppose 12 by 5, and when you divide 12 by 5, then you get result 2.4, and after decimal you are getting finite number of digits, means a fixed number of digits. So such kind of decimal is called terminating decimal. And what is non-terminating decimal? Like 10 by 3. When you divide this, then you get 3, and 3 will come frequently, like that only, means infinite. So 3.333 dash dash dash. It means that after decimal there is no fixed number of digits, there is infinite number of digits. So such kind of decimals are called non-terminating decimals. So there is only one case for irrational number: non-terminating, non-repeating. And this is example of non-terminating but repeating. Why? Because after decimal you can see there is only one digit which is coming again and again. So there is only one digit which is frequently repeated. So this is an example of non-terminating. So we can say this is example of non-terminating repeating decimal, and this is terminating decimal. Now can you give any example which is neither terminating nor non-repeating? Yes, This like decimal expansion is called non-terminating, non-repeating. Now you can see here there is a very first not a given a finite number of digits, there is infinite number of digits after decimal. So this is non-terminating. And second, there is no pattern. In previous time there was a pattern 3.333, so there was pattern. And then after you can see here, if you put 1 2 3 and then 1 8 7 like that, then there is no pattern. Look, 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So there is no any fixed pattern, and neither a digit nor a group of digit is repeated periodically. So decimal के बाद ना तो एक digit ना तो group of digits is coming frequently like this 2.42 42 42. Now there is one pattern 42 42 42, or we can say there is a group of digits which is coming frequently. So this is also example of non-terminating repeating decimals, because 4 2 is keep repeating, but there is neither a digit nor a group of digit is repeated periodically. So such kind of number, only such kind of decimals are called irrational number. Now, do you know the value of root 2? Is root 2 a rational number or irrational number? Actually, if you are in class 10, then you might have known, you might have familiar with that root 2 is irrational number, because there is one problem. Prove that root 2 is an irrational number. But if you don't know the proving, then how can you say whether this is a rational number or irrational number? Yes, we can find the value of a square root 2 by using the long division method. And when we find the value of a square root 2, then we get this kind of decimals. So 1.414, 213, 56 and so on. And now it clearly say that there is neither a digit nor a group of digit is repeating periodically, and there is also not given a finite number of digits after decimal. So very first there is dot, so this is non-terminating and this is non-terminating, non-repeating. So this is an example of irrational number. That's why root 2 is an irrational number. But generally, while solving problems in mathematics, whenever we get root 2, then we only take 1.41. If there is a condition given that put the value of root 2 up to 3 decimal, then we take 1.414. Otherwise, we sometimes also manage by taking just 1.4. So this is not an accurate value. This is also not an accurate value, because there is dot dot dot, and there is possibility for finding more decimal places. And here also 1.414, there is up to 3 decimal, there is up to 1 decimal. So this is your approx value, not a accurate value. And 1.414 is not a irrational. This is rational, because this is terminating. And if decimal become terminating, means it becomes rational number. That's why this is not an accurate value. This is approx value. Now, how we will solve, how we prove that root 2 is an irrational number? So, for solving root 2 is an irrational number, we use the method of contradiction. And in contradiction method, we assume a statement which is not true. So suppose if you are asked to prove this is marker, then how can you prove? By contradiction method, you have to assume a statement which is not true. You have to assume something which is wrong. So suppose this is a pencil, then we prove in pencil there is a lid and there is no lid and there is ink, so this is marker. So by using this method, we prove root 2 is a irrational number. As I told you, we are going to use contradiction method for proving root 2 is an irrational number, and in contradiction method we assume a statement which is not true. So, and before proving, one more thing we should know, that a rational number, suppose 6 by 8, is it rational number? Yes, this is rational number, but this is not given in a standard form, because there is a common factor for both numerator and denominator. If you try to cancel out by 2, then 2 3 are 6, 2 4 are 8. It means that in 6 by 8 there is common factor and 2 is a common factor. So very first, if a rational number is given in this form, where there is some common factor exists, then very first we divide that rational number by that common factor. So there is 2 common factor. So very first we divide this by 2, then we get 3 by 4. Now this is your rational number given in standard form. Why? Because there is no common factor other than 1. 1 is always common factor, so we don't care about 1. But there is no common factor other than 1. So such kind of rational number where there is no common factor other than 1 is called co-prime number. Co-prime numbers. So there is no common factor other than 1. So this like P by Q number is called co-prime number, and we assume that a rational number P by Q number is given in this form only. That means there is no common factor other than 1. So our question is, prove that root 2 is irrational number. So very first, as I told you, we use contradiction method for proving this. So we let root 2 is rational number. Actually this is not a rational, because already we have written the root 2 value and we found that it was an example of non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. So there is no chance for becoming this is rational number. So root 2 is rational number, we just suppose. So and let root 2 is a rational number. Root 2 is a rational number. So it can be written as P by Q, where Q is equal to not 0 and P and Q are co-prime numbers. Already we come to know what is co-prime number. So because root 2 is prime number, root 2 is rational number, so can be written as P by Q. So root 2 is equal to P by Q. Now next step is squaring on both sides. After squaring, we get P square by Q square. So 2 is equal to P square by Q square, and we can write further 2Q square is equal to P square. Now what this equation saying? P square is equal to 2 into Q square. Very first 6. Can we write 6 is equal to 2 into 3? 2 3 is 6. So what does it mean? It means that 2 is a factor of 6 and 3 is also a factor of 6. So in same way 2 is a factor of P square. So we can write 2 is a factor of p square. Now, suppose there is 6 square given. So, how can we add 6 square? 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. 2 to the 4, 3 to 12, 3 to 36. Now, 2 is a factor of 6 square. 6 square means 36. So, 2 is a factor of 36. So, we can say 2 is a factor of 6 square. 2 is a factor of 6 square. Therefore, 2 is also factor of 6. So, here, if 2 is a factor of p square, it means 2 will also be a factor of 6. So, 2 is also, or 2 will be a factor of, so 2 is also a factor of p. Therefore, 2 is also a factor of p. Now, if 2 is a factor of p, just watch carefully. This is very important concept for this question. Students used to by heart this problem and they write in exam as it is. So you should not by heart. You have to understand this. What I said that 2 is a factor of p. अगर 2 है p का फैक्टर मीन्स p को प्राप्त करने के लिए 2 से तो मल्टीप्लाई करना होगा. यहाँ पे देखिए जो 2 था वो 6 का फैक्टर था. इट मीन्स we have to multiply by 2 for getting 6, and then after what the number is coming, if we don't know then we can write 2 into x. means 2 को आपको multiply करना ही है. 3 करो 4 करो, we don't care. If 2 is a factor then 2 surely will come. So in this 2 is a factor, so 2 will surely become, and then after what the number is going to come we don't know. There was 2 into p square, but it was the expression of p square and we are adding p. So for getting p, we must multiply by 2, and what is the other number we don't know. And actually we are not concerned about finding other number. We have to just bother of 2. So there is 2 and the other number we don't know. That's why we can write any constant or any alphabetical letter we can write here. So we can write p is equal to 2k. You can also write p is equal to 2a, 2b, 2c, 2m. So anything you can write. So p is equal to 2k. So from this statement, 2 is a factor of p. It is saying that p is equal to 2 into m or 2 into k. So let p is equal to 2m. Why we have keep here 2? Because 2 was the factor, and because we don't know the other factor, that's why we put here m. So now let p is equal to 2m, and we put this value in equation 1. So putting the value of p in equation 1. So putting the value of p in equation 1. So equation 1 saying that 2q square is equal to p square. Now p means 2m. So it becomes 2m whole square. Now 2q square is equal to 4m square. This 2 and this 2 going to be cancelled out. Means 2 to the 4. And then we are left with q square is equal to 2m square. देखिए अब ये स्टेटमेंट क्या कर रहा है? q square is equal to 2m square means 2 is a factor of q square. So we can write 2 is a factor of p square. So 2 is a factor of p square. Therefore 2 is also a factor of p. 2 is a factor of p square. Therefore 2 is also a factor of p. And now what the conclusion we are getting? That 2 is a factor of p and q both. पहला इक्वेशन जो था वो बोल रहा था कि 2 is a factor of p, and in second equation 2 is also factor of, sorry, something is going wrong. 2 is a factor of q square. So 2 is a factor of q square and q. So now in first equation saying 2 is also a factor of p, and in second equation 2 is also a factor of q. It means that 2 is a factor of p and q both. Means it contradicts our supposition. We have laid our assumption was that p and q are co-prime numbers, means there was no any common factor other than 1. But here we are finding 2 is a factor of p and q both. So it contradicts our supposition. And why this happened? Because our supposition was wrong. So finally we will write. First I am erasing this. So we can write 2 is a factor of p and q both, and this contradicts our supposition that root 2 is a rational number. Therefore, root 2 is an irrational. So finally, we conclude that root 2 is not a rational, but it is a irrational number. So if you like this video, if you learn something from today's video, then please click the like button, subscribe the channel, share to your friends, and don't forget to click the bell icon for getting regular updates. Thank you.